Okay, now it's time to bait up Adulthood. Okay, so Adulthood was written and directed by Noel Clarke, and it's the sequel to Kidulthood. So even though it came out 2 years after, it's actually based 6 years after. Yeah, you know, so that Sam had enough time to come out of prison, I guess. So I guess he got like a minimum charge, and then they're like, yeah, let's do it 6 years later and let's get him out of jail so we can now make him the main focal point of the story and, you know, make it all about him, you know, and then he'll write and direct and star in it, you know, ego. Okay, so let's go. So technically, this is a futuristic film. I mean, it was based in the future. If you assume that Kidulthood was based in the time that it came out, then Adulthood would be based in the future. Yeah? Okay. And in this future, they have full-on outdoor raves that, you know, anyone can just come and go as they please and there's no security. Yeah. I'm sure that'll work out just fine. Okay, so this is the typical Noel Clarke thing where a guy tries to move to a girl and then he just gets rejected in the most, I don't know, embarrassing kind of way. It's a common theme throughout his films, like seriously.
Shabby blood.
Shabby? Who was still saying shabby in these times? I mean, shabby like went out in the 90s.
You know what? Fuck it, let's tap this way, man. Are you man on it?
So we got a new set of kidults this time around, and you know, the story's not focused on them like it was in the first film. Now it's more focused on Sam, and the kidults are on the side. Because, you know, this one is called Adulthood, so I guess it's going to focus on the adults. So we have some of these kidults here, and then two of them, Omen and Dabs, go to rob this man because they think he's just showing off. What did he crack the window with? This isn't just a Adulthood thing. This is just a film thing in general. Like, windows do not just smash this easily, and I don't know what he used, but just shattered the whole window. I don't know what he used.
Ain't nothing around here, you get me? What are you doing? It's a fucking gun!
And then they decide to have a short discussion. You know that thing where you rob a guy and you're kind of in a rush, but you still discuss what you got. Oh, what did you get? Like, oh, nothing, blood. What about you? Like, you ain't got time to discuss that shit. You got to get the hell out of there, man. A gunshot just went off.
What you get? Watch. What'd you get? Look.
And then Omen stops and he looks a bit remorseful, like, you know, like he feels bad for what he did, but it never comes up again in the film. It's never a part of the film that he feels remorseful for his actions that he does. So I don't know why he does this. It's Sam's first day out of prison, and he goes out of prison. He's talking to this guy that he's met in prison, and then it's his first day out, and the story follows him on his first day out and how he deals with the backlash of everything that he's done in the past. You know, when his past comes back for him, like, you think that the 6 years in jail would mean it's over, but it's not over for him. He still has to deal with the problems that he has caused, and that is what the main part of the film is about. Okay.
You need something. Anything. Just give me a bell.
Yeah, man, if you could have just give me a lift home. Yo, yeah, I need a lift home, bro. Mooney has all these books by his bedside just so that you know that he reads now. And then this girl, you know when, like, you don't get the original girl from the original film, so then you get another girl, you say that it's her cousin, but you let her have to, like, fill in her spot when you could have just kind of avoided this story and do something completely different. Yeah, that's what this girl's about.
Now, your cousin said if she couldn't pay, you would. So tomorrow, my money, my drugs, or you.
All right, this guy just shouting, like, in the middle of the station, like, just self-snitching. I mean, just like when I said about the self-snitching in the last film, this guy's self-snitching. I mean, this guy's talking about, I want my money or my drugs. I mean, what drug dealer even calls their drugs drugs? Who calls their drugs drugs? Like, use a code or something. I mean, stop baiting yourself up. I do the bait ups around here. So Sam gets the bus home, and then you can see that there's a guy following him. So Sam goes home and he knocks and he can't get in. So Sam goes to the grave site because for some reason he knows where Triv's grave is. I don't know why he would know. I mean, was he at the funeral? I don't think he would be allowed to be at the funeral, but for some reason he knows where the grave is. And then he gets to the grave, and then beloved son and father how long did it take to do this funeral? I mean, the girl was like 2 months pregnant, if that, and he didn't father anything. Like, he didn't father the child. I mean, he's not a beloved father because, you know, baby takes like 9 months, and if she was 2 months pregnant, then they still had quite a way to go before the baby was out. The baby has no father. So I don't know why it says beloved father on that. He might not have even been a good father. I mean, he literally found out that day that he had the baby and rejected it for like half of the day. He only accepted the baby in like the last like 10 minutes of the film. Which he wasn't a beloved father. That's all I'm saying. And funerals don't take like 6 months to do. So I don't know why Sam knows where the grave is, and I don't know why it says beloved father on it. That's ridiculous. He didn't father anything. And then this guy Javon was on the bus. Yeah. Sam's gone home. So what you're saying is this Javon guy followed Sam off the bus all the way to his house. Yeah, just waited. I don't know, maybe waited to see if Sam was going to go and stay in his house for the rest of the day. But luckily for him, no one was in Sam's house. So Sam left and went to the gravesite, and Javon followed him all the way there as well. So, I mean, I don't know if the gravesite is right near Sam's house, but even if it is Javon just following him around? And why? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Javon, if it's taking you this long just to make your move, then you're not about that life.
I'm Javon, blood.
Do I know you, cuz?
I think that this Javon guy must be like somebody's brother or cousin or some shit, because this guy is got terrible acting. You know, like that girl in the first film, like this guy, he's overacting the whole time, like to the point where I don't know, you feel like he's some crackhead, or that he's supposed to be doing some kind of comic relief, but he is, but it's unintentional. So this guy's overacting way too much. He's terrible.
We're having a little chat, you get me? I chat to you, you chat to me. What are you getting nervous for? Make you feel good. What you going for? Dad. Don't tell me, let me guess. Like he killed him or something. You're gonna survive this day. I guarantee it. Man's coming for you. Your mum, your family, everything. Who?
This favourite shot of Noel Clarke. You know, the one where he's giving people that kick. I mean, that stomp. Yeah, we love that. But freeze frames? Why are we doing freeze frames? It's random. So he beats up Javon, and Javon's like, oh, people are coming for you. They're going to come for your family. But no, Javon, only Jay's coming for him. And Jay already knows where his family live, because he went to his house. He knows where his mum and his brother lives, and he hasn't done anything in 6 years. So he's going to come for Sam now. Javon, have you been watching Brotherhood? But I mean, what Javon's saying makes more sense for Brotherhood, because that's when people are after him and after his family, but not in this film. So I think Javon's read the Brotherhood script. Maybe. And then, so after Sam beats up Javon, making Javon pointless, he goes back to his house, and then he's like, I'm not going to knock this time. Just kicks the door down, and then the radio's on, and then there's a phone that's on charge there. So, I mean, the mum couldn't have gone too far. I mean, she's left her phone there charging, and she's left the radio on, like she's going to be back soon, but she's not back. So that's random.
You keep watching me. Whenever you and your boyfriend are ready, you can see what I'm going.
Yeah, see, look, this guy, look how confident he is, just sitting there, talking his trash, eating his food, but he's about to get ran up on now, and if Sam doesn't do anything, this guy was about to get wiped out. So, I don't know, where you get this cocky bravado from if you don't have nothing to back it up? I don't know what he's supposed to be looking for, but it gets him so angry that he starts tearing up the whole room, and then he finds a gun.
Plans. And you know that.
Yo, blood, it's broad daylight, man.
Yes, broad daylight, so why are you shouting and baiting things up? What are you doing, man? It's broad daylight. You can't steal things in broad daylight. You're gonna bait us up. Everyone can see us. Well, you're shouting loud and everyone can hear us. Nah, it's the seeing us. That's what's baiting us up.
Yes, sir.
What you man got? I need 6 for both things.
Come on, man.
What? 6 blood. You're gonna have to wait around them.
I gotta go, bruv. I got a markup booked, innit?
Safe, man. I'm wait here.
Omen has to go, and if you know anything about these films, you know that if he has to go somewhere, that it's for a reason. I mean, there's only sort of one reason why the rest of them have to stay and he has to go, and that's because it's convenient to the script.
Hey, pass the controller. What? Are you deaf, blood? You said pass the controller.
So wait, who are these guys that are so comfortable that they can be sitting here playing computer in this man's house, but they can just get chief up by these guys? So I don't understand. Are these guys supposed to be with the big dude, or are they just any guys that just come and play in the house? I don't understand. Why are they so comfortable with just chilling there and playing computer? I don't get it. But they're just getting chief up by these guys. It doesn't make sense. Why is this girl straightening her hair right here in the kitchen? I feel like this is gonna come into play later.
Some fucker done that to me.
Yeah, bro. Listen, we like you, blood. I like you.
Where are you going with this, man? Are you gonna straighten his hair?
I've got to meet John and Vernon at the shop. You're one lazy cow. Do you know that?
No, she's not lazy, the script is. See, they just need a good reason for her to be standing outside the house by herself right at the time when Sam comes. Otherwise, how else? How else would they move the script along?
All right, I'll go and get it and them, and I'll come back and get you, yeah?
Yeah.
Sam's trying to find out some information about who's coming after him, so he goes to see his ex-girlfriend Claire. For some reason, he knows where she is, even though she seems to be at her boyfriend's house. But, you know, in these films' logics, everyone just knows where everyone is.
Mooney goes Central University.
Do you want something, bruv?
Mind your business, man.
See, Sam says he wants no trouble, but he's immediately rude to this guy. I mean, how are we supposed to sympathise with him?
I don't want no trouble, man. I'm just talking to him, man. I'll finish. Leave it.
All right, bro. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm all right.
I'll see you later. Bye. Don't think you're calling her.
What's this thing about girls liking Mooney? No.
It's all right. When all that.
Mooney! How the fuck do you find me, blood?
Shouldn't you have asked him before you went there? I think the conversation went like this after. Look, Mooney, let's just go to the local cafe. I'm going to order an orange juice. I'm going to drink half of it, and then we can have this conversation.
I saw Becky a couple months ago. She works in that salon thing in Grove.
Salon ting? You mean salon? Why don't you just say salon? Why did you add ting on the end?
No, I'm studying law, blood. So that man's like you don't get out after 6 years.
Studying law won't help with that. I think you need to study politics. This bit here is genuinely funny. I can't lie. Cracks me up every time.
I mean, let me tell you, you'd have to dress up a bit, mind you, but let me tell you, I've had the best week.
But I don't want your fucking life story, do I? Furthermore, yeah? Take all your fucking shit and put it in my bag, blood. Jay, just let us go. I'm a good customer. I'll give you anything. You, blood. You're anything to me, blood. You matter what man I get.
Hey, Jay, I thought you was about drugs, not homosexuality.
Show me your titties before I murk your man. For goodness sake, just show him the titties. Hello? Javon, what you saying, man? No, you go home, blood. I'll get Mooney and handle it.
You come outside with me.
No, she can't come with you. See, she's doing somebody's hair.
I never did any of that. So what about for a bit of coke? Is that why I've heard you've had all them dicks up inside you? Fuck it up! What are you saying? Back to me.
Get Anna, Lisa, go to lunch. Now!
No, she can't go to lunch. She's doing someone's hair.
So what, like, do you know anything?
Why the fuck would I know anything, yeah? I know some of them lot from school and through her and that, but not well enough to know who's after you.
So why even partake in this conversation? Just tell him that you haven't seen her and go.
Oh.
Yo, her friend just disappeared.
You know what? I'm gonna give you the piece. Me and your boys.
This boy, kill my tight brethren, man.
But you told your tight brethren that you're not rolling with him anymore. Shouldn't this guy be like, I don't give a damn about Tribe. The guy just sliced my face. I'm Team Sam.
Why don't you get him to do the job for you, save you the trouble? And if they get caught, who gives a fuck?
Who?
Omen, Dabs and some others.
Omen?
Yeah. You know him?
No, not really.
So, you know that Omen is his brother, but you still go with this plan. I haven't any supporting evidence, but this woman must be like his real mum, because she looked just like him. I mean, or this is just some really good casting.
You want me to get Omen and the man and find and shoot and murk him?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Name's Sam Pill.
Blood, you do know that.
Don't worry about what I know.
So it's his best friend's brother, and all he can say is, you do know that that's only to be cut off. He can't just say, don't worry about what I know, because he's not the one that's affected by this. I mean, it's just like the whole Sam didn't sleep with Alyssa thing from Kidulthood. Like, just say it.
Don't let the others know who he is, blood. No, I mean it, blood. Don't even let the man see his face too tough, alright?
What? Don't let them know who it is. Don't let them see his face too tough. They have to find the dude, man. How are they gonna find him with no clues? And any places to look for him would involve Omen knowing who he is. They can't just, like, he has to describe who they're going for, what it looks like. It can't be, like, a secret. Like, imagine someone comes up to you and is like, yo, man, we need to kill this dude. What does he look like? I'm not telling you. Blood, like, we need to kill him. What's his name? It's a secret. But you want me to help you kill this guy or not? It's a surprise.
Just go get Omen and do your fucking job. Just go get Omen, just go get Omen, just go get Omen, just go get Omen, just go get Omen.
Hey, yo, Henry, we're gone, blood.
Wasn't they waiting in this place for a reason? Or was it just so that this whole kill Sam thing could just come up out the blue?
What's wrong with these kids nowadays? I don't remember chatting to my elders like that, blood.
Elders? Okay, I know that these guys did a new kiddo and that the film had to skip 6 years so that Sam could get out, but see, Adam Deacon is older than he looks, so he's the right casting for a school kid, not so much for a grown man. I mean, Plan B, aka Ben Drew, is the same age as him in real life, and Arnold Oseng is 1 year younger than him, and they both look older than him, so surely they could have just casted some real youngers. So when he's talking to them, and he's talking to them like he's 6 years older than him, but it's weird because they're like the same age in real life and they look older than him. So he doesn't look like they're older. And fair enough, in real life, Adam Deacon is just a man that looks young. Like he's older, he's in his 30s, but he'll forever look like he's in his 20s. He's just got that thing going on. And that happens in real life. That's, you know, what it really looks like. But then if you have to cast against him people that are actually to be playing people younger than him, you'd get people that look really young by comparison, not people that look the same age or older than him. You need to get some real youngers. So why didn't you just get some real 15-year-olds to play the youngers? I don't understand. Or some 16-year-olds or something. Why not just do that? Because he does not look like he can be talking to them like he's older than them. And no wonder they're going to be like rude to him, because they look like they'll beat him up.
They want us to kill someone. What? Who? I ain't supposed to tell you, blood. Sam Pill.
No, who's that?
We don't know who that is.
Don't you know your friend's last name and brother's name?
And if you're thinking of doing it, then you're stupid, blood.
Fuck you, Queen Stupid.
Blood, you're done if you're thinking of killing someone for them fools.
Who the fuck are you talking to, blood? I get off me, yeah? Calm down, man. What's wrong with you? I'm supposed to be your friend.
So just like in Kidulthood, a friendship just breaks up randomly. It's like the friendships in these films are just so fickle that they can just break easily without much cause.
Calm down!
If movies and television show us anything, it's just that if somebody is holding you down and you've got nowhere to go, just stick your hand out and reach and reach and reach, and you'll find something. You'll find something that can help you get the upper hand. Like literally, just lie back now wherever you are and just reach out and put your hand out, and the first thing you grab will be something that can just knock someone out. It always happens every time. It's like the guy knew he was looking for something, but most guys would have been like punching the guy in the head. This guy's reaching like, oh, let me see if I can find a little brick here. I can find a brick without looking. Is there even any need for the skip? I don't see any houses out here being changed. I don't see any scaffolding or anything. I think the skip was just there in case somebody needed to blindly grab a brick to knock someone out.
What do you want? Can I give you a lift home?
This girl is like 5 years old and she needs a car seat.
Okay, I'm gonna be in a minute, okay?
Yes, sweetie, just go stand aimlessly by the door. You know that you don't have any house keys and you can't reach the doorbell. Oh, that's good to see that the drug didn't affect the little baby. Why are there balloons on the door?
You make me feel so shame.
How long have they just been sitting here talking?
Lord God, what did I do wrong?
Well, you let these dudes in the house and then they caused all kinds of trouble and then I had to go and kill one of them. I was defending you.
Will you kill someone big, blood? What was his name, blood? Tell me.
His name was Tribe.
His name was Tribe.
Why is he even shouting?
Nah, blood. Don't know him.
You.
Tell me, man. How can Andre ask me to get you, man, kill somewhere for 6 Gs?
For what? What for?
I don't know. Me and Henry, we said, nah, we ain't on it, stand up. And then we saw the bear, so we thought, fuck it. He bricked Henry. He must be blood. I had to kick out before the feds came.
Well, you left Henry, blood.
Blood, he was out cold, he weren't moving.
He was not moving is not a better reason to leave someone.
Were you on it or what?
We're done now. Come.
I can hear them sirens coming. Better run when you hear them sirens coming. I can hear them sirens coming. 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4.
Hey, Moons, I swear I'm lean, blood. I just thought I seen my man walking like he's big.
Why doesn't he know? He saw him. They stopped and looked at each other and he knows that he's about. This woman is worse than the woman in Kidulthood. Like, why have you got a see-through bag?
What? Fucking prick.
How did he get an Oyster card? And won't he need it to get back through when he comes back around? And wasn't he on the train already when he saw the bag? So how did he get on the train in the first place? Like, he must have needed an Oyster card to get on the train. And if you're that hard, why don't you just jump over the barriers in the first place? Like, if you're going to try and chief up the guy at the station who's done absolutely nothing to you, so you're just doing that to him for no reason, why don't you just come and just jump the barriers? Come on, you're hard, innit, Deacon? Go on. And you can't just go around by yourself buoying everyone off. I mean, dude, you're like some tiny little guy. You're not even intimidating. Like, why are you trying to chief up the guy at the train station? I know a lot of those guys at the train station that would just punch you up, so I don't know why you're doing this.
But you know what?
Yeah, he would definitely wipe that spit off his face.
Don't you ever come near me or my daughter again. You either.
He doesn't listen to these words because by the time Brotherhood rolls around, you two are going to be like best friends.
Listen, if you're not doing nothing now, you can just like, let's go back to mine for a bit, innit? And just...
Any of these rest?
Nah, man.
So they're looking in a record shop because I think that Dabs was thinking that Sam was going to be like, oh man, I just got out of jail. Do you know what I haven't heard in a long time? A record. I need to DJ. I haven't DJ'd in 6 years.
Yo, blood. You get paid to follow me around or something? What, you want to say something to me, yeah?
Why are they starting with this guy that towers over them for? Like why would he even start an issue with a guy that towers over him? But you know how these films are. This guy's just gonna have it. He's not gonna say anything back. You should have gave Javon those kind of lines where he doesn't say anything. That would have been better.
You man, I sing. It's the fucking breath. I'll come again, man.
I want to see him.
Fucking do it, man. Fuck. I'm not fucking here.
So you was just gonna let them see him. You're lucky that it wasn't Sam. See, you can see how dumb this whole plan is. Like, it's broad daylight and you're gonna try and kill a guy without seeing him. It's dumb.
I thought you said you know what a brain looks like, man.
I do, man. I just made a mistake, innit?
Hey, man, you waste, man.
That Noel Clark thing where you move a girl and get dissed again.
So what exactly is going on? Robert ain't really filled me in.
Robert?
Is it shocking when someone uses your friend's real name? Did you think his name was Mooney? Listen, yeah, you might call him Mooney, but his real name is wherever his name is in. I don't know it when I'm recording this. I can't remember what it says, okay? His name is... Dagnabbit, don't make me stop the recording too. Don't make me stop the recording. Look, you might call him... Oh, dagnabbit, I'm going to have to stop the recording, aren't I? Damn it! I'll be back. Is it weird when someone uses your friend's real name? Look, you might call him Mooney, but his name's Robert, okay? That's a callback to my last one.
Yeah? Maybe if you was a man instead of a little ute inside a man's body, you would know that.
No, actually, he's a man inside of a youth's body. Get it right, girl. Ah, God, he loves getting his ass in shot. Every time I gotta watch a Noel Clarke movie, I gotta see his ass. What's that all about?
No, wait, I will. I swear, please, just fuck.
Okay, wow. That's the actual soap that any man would do after a girl just stops you randomly after 6 years of no sex. I mean, you got that soap down. You got it down, no?
What? Are you some kind of pussy or something, blood?
The only pussy I see is you.
If that's the only pussy you see, then you need to consult your doctor.
Why you fight them girls earlier?
Wait, did Sam see the fight?
That's why you're here, innit? Because you thought I'm gonna fuck the white girl. But she'll be easy too, like a cousin.
Or did you persuade him to come over by leading him on seductively?
Still being here today! Come with it, fam.
Stupid face Mooney.
That's it.
So wait, you haven't seen him in 6 years and you could still recognize him on street with a hoodie on, even though you must have been about 10 years old when he went inside.
Come on, do this shit and we split.
Turn him over.
The fuck for, man? He hurt him. Just joke him the fuck up.
Turn the pussy all over. Sam? That's my brother, blood. You man mad? You knew, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
You knew, blood. That's my brother.
Fuck him, blood. You don't even like him, man. You're always gunning him. Telling me how much you fucking hate him.
When did he start hating him? He was in his room playing Game Boy last time we saw him. He looked just fine. It's like Sam had stolen a Game Boy and given it to him, so obviously they was close enough. And for him to be just playing in his room when he should have been at school and chilling in there with his girlfriend, so that was like the same day that Sam went out, did the murder, went to jail. So where did all this hate come from?
You didn't even know we came out today.
Still my brother, blood. Bro.
Yeah, man, come with kick.
Bruv, you haven't seen your bro for like 6 years? Bit of love, maybe?
You know what? Just give me your heater. I know you got one. Just give it to me.
I love you, Mum. Royston does too.
Might as well have just left the bat at home. This guy has changed an awful lot since kidulthood. A beard must mean tough. I need to grow a beard.
I know how you said you missed, like, going cinema and that, so I booked a couple tickets.
You booked tickets for a guy that might be dying tonight. Why not just buy the tickets when you get there? Where did the pursuing policeman go? Oh, that was lucky. He left the bat right there. Lucky or convenient?
Jay, Trife wouldn't want this.
Trife would definitely want this as far as Sam knows. For one, he doesn't know him. He doesn't know Trife. He doesn't know what Trife would want. And for two, Trife only changed right at the end. Unless he's gathering this from what he said just before he died. But, you know, like when he said, it's not worth it. But you don't know Trife. Trife was angry with you and, you know, he did want this. He probably did want this.
You think this is just about him? This is about me!
Jay keeps not pointing the gun at Sam and hitting it on his own chest. That's some proper guard letting down there.
You see this? This is from where I tried to kill myself because I couldn't cope in there.
What the hell did he do to kill himself? Stab himself in the chest? Cut himself in the stomach? You know there's easier, better ways to do that, right?
You know why they did it to me? Because I thought I was a fucking bad man and I wasn't. You think you're big, Jay, and you want to be a big man. You want to be what I thought I was. You want to be me.
Yeah, but you was a youngster bully, and Jay is a fully grown man who's a drug dealer and carries a gun around. He's clearly badder than you. Oh, shit. I thought he was dead because, wait, nothing happened. Why did he do that? Why did he lie on the floor like he died? Like we were supposed to think this guy died. Nothing happened for us to think that he would die all of a sudden. This guy just taking naps on stairs in the States and shit. Not cool, Sam. That's not cool. And so he just lives here now in this house with this girl, and they, I don't know, have a relationship, and then they have some kind of child, and then what one day she just has an overdose, and then he's left to look after the child by himself. Look, why? Do you know what? I'm gonna wait for Brotherhood bait up to talk about this, but why? Why, Sam? Why? And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's Adulthood. What can I say about Adulthood? Adulthood is not awful. It's not terrible. And I think Noel Clarke has a knack for making films that just skate just on the other side of awful. Like, don't get me wrong, it will have a lot of awful stuff in it, a lot of bad stuff, but it has some kind of charm. These films have some kind of charm where you're like, you know what, I can watch this film and not feel offended or not feel I don't have to care that much. Like, I can walk out thinking, man, that stuff was ridiculous, I had to suspend so much disbelief, but you never have to walk out like, oh man, I hated it, was a piece of crap and I never want to see it again. It doesn't feel dirty after you watch it. You don't feel like, oh man, I need to wash that film out of my life. You just feel like, okay, either I enjoyed it or I didn't like it. It was meh, or it was alright, I kind of liked it, or I didn't really like it that much. But it's not a film where you have an extreme feeling towards it. You're never like, oh man, I really hated that, or I really liked it. But so I do find it to be superior to Kidulthood, and maybe it was right for Noel Clarke to take the director's chair and take this one and direct it, because I feel like this one is better directed, but that might just be that the budget was just more because of the success of the first one, so maybe they was just given more budget and then he just works with that. But I just feel like they just went about the direction a bit more, and like the way he handled certain characters was a bit better than in the previous film. But the acting is it's like a mixture of, you got some people that are playing their characters well and are really sort of like, you're watching it and you're like, okay, this guy, he's doing his job well. Like all of the kiddos in this film are they are acting better, and besides like Mooney and that, I thought they did fine in the first film. But these ones, like like Plan B and Rally Ritchie and these guys, I think they handled it well and they play kiddos well. And then like some of the bad guys, I can't remember all their names and I just don't want to look them up, but were handling what they did well. And I think that came together to help the film in the end. And like I feel like the even like Lexi and all those, I think they like played their characters well. And when you have them and you have next to some other characters that aren't playing it as well, like Mooney and that, it just creates some kind of imbalance. But so there's some bits you could watch and you'd be like, oh, this is fine, and there's some bits you're like, man, what is going on with this acting? I think another issue that Noel Clarke has is an issue that lots of us have as writers and that, but then some of us take it too far. And I feel like the mixing the drama with the comedy, I think sometimes can go too far. Like you're trying to have a dramatic moment when characters feel deeply about something, and either it's funny because you got some actors that are just weird and they're acting funny, like this Javon guy. He's really taking the energy out of that scene and he's making it so, he's taking it from a scene that could be serious and just making it all funny. Or then you have when Jay goes to see Mooney and he's talking to there and he's arguing with his girlfriend and all that, it's like he's very serious about what's going on, but then it's like it's comedy at the same time in the situation, and it's like you're making it feel like there's not that much depth to the situation because you're surrounding it in comedy all the time. Like where's the real stakes? Because when you want it to feel like there's real stakes, like when Jay and Sam are fighting at the end, you want to feel like the stakes are really high, but it's hard to feel that way, but you know that it can just get comical at any moment or ridiculous. Like you're doing some bullet time shots and stuff and it's like, I don't know why you're doing that. Like that's some sci-fi fantasy stuff when you're supposed to be grounded in a gritty reality. Yeah, and I do feel like it was a lot of let's bring back these characters, even though they didn't need to. And I think like Adam Deacon again, I feel like this role is more of his kind of role, and I think it suits him well. So even when he's playing Jay, even though I said he doesn't look old enough to be playing 6 years older than he did in the last film, where even Mooney I don't know, he kind of looks like it, kind of looks different to before, so you can take it as him older, like I can see it, but with Jay I can't. But at the same time, Adam Deacon plays the character in a way that, you know, that suits him. I think he's playing a character that's quite like himself, and I think that's why he can keep pulling it off all the time. The story is fine. It's one of those stories, you know, a guy gets out of jail and people are after him. It's a story that has been done before, but because we've seen how he got into jail in the first film and now he's coming out, so I think that made for like a good story. I think they just didn't handle the story that well. You know, it's got too much laughable stuff, too much, you know, ridiculous stuff, like silly plans and the same stuff that was in Kidulthood, like people just not saying the full thing, where it's like you would say the full thing normally, but you're trying to do it for us as an audience, trying to hide stuff from us, but you're making characters hide it from each other, and you're like, why would these characters hide these things from each other? Like, why would Jay try to get Sam's brother and friends to kill him when that could just backfire and that could just make them go out and decide to let's go and tell Sam that this is what's going on so Sam can defend himself? Why do that when you can go there and get someone else to do it? And especially if you was planning to do it, why are you giving people like $3,000 to go out and kill him and then also going out to kill him as well? Like, what's the point? You just do it if you're going to do it. Why are you going to send out people to kill him if you wanted the satisfaction of doing it yourself and you're still looking for him? That doesn't make any sense. And a lot of Noel Clarke's films have stuff in there that doesn't make sense, and that's what's going to hold him down as a filmmaker. You have to make your stories cohesive for us to be able to suspend our belief when some things happen. Like, if there's a string of coincidence, then we're going to be like, man, that's too much coincidence. But if there's just one coincidence or maybe two, you know, we can take it because that's how life works. But life is not just a million coincidences all in one. So yeah, that's Adulthood. I might prefer it to Kidulthood. I'm not too sure, but sometimes I think I do. I'm not too sure, but I do think they're probably about like on the same level as how I look at them in films in general. So not great, but okay, watchable. I've seen them both lots of times and I'll probably still see them again. I got nothing against them, and as far as British films go, okay, but it's not enough to compete with real films out there. They come across like TV films or just films like low budget, low level films. But you know, we'll see. So yeah, that's Adulthood. That's Debate Up. And what should I do next? No Clark again. All right, bye.